This week on Let's Fish TV, we're at Cherokee Lake. This little hidden gem is located in eastern Tennessee, and it holds dear to my heart. You know, this is where I had my very first tour win. Today, we're gonna be targeting smallmouth and hybrid bass. This is gonna be a cool episode. I know you're gonna really like it, and you're gonna learn how to catch them today on Cherokee Lake. Let's Fish TV is on the air right now.
That is a fish. Oh man, look at this.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southeast region every week.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at that. Woo!
This is Let's Fish.
Today on Let's Fish TV, we are at Cherokee Lake. Cherokee Lake is just under 30,000 acres, and it is one of those really special places in eastern Tennessee. It has some really big smallmouth bass. Today we're gonna be targeting smallmouth bass and hybrids. From what I've been told, this place has some of the biggest hybrids in Tennessee. Kind of a little hidden gem that I can't wait to show you, and hopefully show you some really big fish. We'll also have this week's fishing report from your local region from our insider reporter. In the meantime, we're gonna go get this boat launched, get everything set up, toss it back to the studio for your weekend planner.
Hi there, these Salooner tables are predicting fair game fish activity throughout both days this weekend. Peak game fish activity begins around 3:30 Saturday and 4:22 early Sunday morning. Peak afternoon activity will begin at 3:55 on Saturday and 4:47 on Sunday. Depending on your location, you can expect the sun to rise around 7:33 and set around 6:56, and evenings will feature a moon that's 68% visible. Stick around, we've got fishing reports from across the area on the way, and Bassmaster elite angler Patrick Walters will be here when we return to answer this week's Ask the Pro question.
This week on Cherokee Lake, we're gonna be fishing for one of my favorite species of fish that there is, and that's smallmouth bass. We're also gonna try to target some hybrid bass. This lake is notorious to having some of the biggest hybrid bass around, so hopefully we'll be able to catch a couple of those as well. Now today we're dealing with some pretty adverse conditions. We had a cold front come in, you know, it's windy, we've had sporadic rain. All year long we've been dealing with these crazy conditions. You know, and the cool thing about Let's Fish TV is we're gonna be showing you exactly how to catch these bass, no matter the condition, no matter what's going on. So today, we're gonna go put the smack down on some big old fish, there's no doubt about it. Oh, that's a nice one there, guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice smallmouth bass. Oh, my goodness. That's what it's all about, guys. Big smallmouth bass here on Lake Cherokee. You know, that's one of my favorite types of fish to catch, is big smallmouth. And I'm telling you guys, this is a really nice one here. Can't wait to show it to you. Oh man, what a good one. There we go. Check out that one, guys. That's a nice molly here on Lake Cherokee. Look at that, guys. I mean, she absolutely smoked that rage swimmer. Get this fish back real quick. But let me tell you a little bit about what we are doing here today. We're here on Lake Cherokee. This is located in the eastern part of Tennessee. And let me tell you guys, it has a plethora of big smallmouth bass. It also has largemouth, hybrids, stripers. It has a lot of different things going on this particular lake. Today we're gonna be out here fishing a rage swimmer, fishing isolated boulders offshore. You know, the cool thing about this place, if you look at the banks, it's very barren looking, you know. It's red clay banks, dirt banks everywhere. But that's where good electronics is key. I'm gonna get right back out there and see if I can catch me another one.
Hey y'all, welcome to my favorite part of the show, the Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia Coastal Fishing Report. Joining me today is my buddy, my fishing partner, and my son, Cooper Garmison. He's gonna bring us the Alabama report. The Georgia report came from Greg Hildreth out of lower part of Georgia. He said that the tarpon are moving out and the bull reds are moving in. He said that action should be getting really hot right after this full moon here in October. and maintaining, if not, and getting better through the month of November. The report out of Mississippi is from Kyle Johnson with Coastal Water Outfitters. He said that the speckled trout bite is not as good as he had hoped right now. He said that the birds are around, the shrimp are around, but the speckled trout are just not feeding right now. He said his best luck on speckled trout has actually been wade fishing in grass flats in knee-deep water. And he said he's throwing mirror lures and double D's and down south lures and getting those speckled trout to bite. What about this Alabama side, Cooper?
We've been catching white trout, bullredge, jacks, and flounder. And we've been catching a lot of them on the Slick Junior, and this is the color.
The brand new Slick Junior on this color has been really hot. This is the Ozark Shiner. So y'all find these at a local shop or go online and purchase them. They are really working well for all of our inshore species. Thanks for catching us on this segment, and keep what you need, leave the rest, and go Braves.
Oh my gosh, guys, I got a biggin. What? I mean a biggin. And not a bass. That's what we're after today. We're after hybrid bass and stripers here on Lake Cherokee. Now earlier, we did catch us a nice old bass. But today we're fishing with the intent of catching these really big hybrids. Now, I've recently fished a tournament on Lake Cherokee, and I be honest with you, I didn't know this place had this kind of caliber of a hybrid bass. And to my surprise, it has absolutely just been amazing. I've caught, especially the week of that tournament, I caught a bunch of really, really nice hybrids and stripers, just to the point where I was like, you know what, I gotta come back here and show this to you guys and show you just how good it is on this body of water. I mean, and this is just, and to me, this is a small one in comparison to what I was catching during my tournament. But I want y'all to see this big thing. I'm gonna use my net just so I don't hook myself. But look at the size of this big joker here. Oh my gosh. Look at the size of this big hybrid bass here, guys. Woo! Like I said, this is what I would consider a small one in comparison to what I was catching last week. It's always good to carry a net and a good set of pliers. All right, guys, check that out. Oh my God, look at the size of that hybrid. I mean, that right there, guys, is a tank. I'm out here on Lake Cherokee. This place is located in the eastern part of Tennessee. I won a tournament here a handful of years ago catching smallmouth bass, and you saw a smallmouth bass. I had to show you at least one of them coming here. But man, I'm gonna tell you right now, this place is now my new favorite hybrid striper lake, bar none. Like, it has the biggest hybrids I've ever seen. Today I'm out here throwing a jerkbait, throwing a small rage swimmer, trying to catch these bigger than average hybrid bass. I'm gonna get it back out there. I can't wait to see what happens next.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lose, Feel the Difference, Mamba Boats, Ride with Pride, Strike King, Tie One On, Glacier Glove, stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades, Fishing Specialties, makers of the premier mount assembly for live sonar.
Oh God, look at the tank on this one. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. It's a nice one there, guys. Oh yeah, nice smallmouth bass. God, he clobbered that rage swimmer. Ooh. Goodness gracious, these smallmouth fight so hard is ridiculous. Man, oh man. That's a nice one there. Wow. the size of that one. Oh, heck yeah, guys. So we're here on Cherokee Lake, and Cherokee Lake is a really cool place. It's a highland reservoir, has a bunch of really nice smallmouth bass and a lot of really big largemouth too. I'm gonna get this bass back real quick, but I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what we're doing. I'm gonna show you exactly how to fish this rage swimmer. So basically you throw it out there and let it go down a little bit. You don't have to let it go all the way to the bottom. Just let it go down, you know, 3, 4, 5 seconds, something like that. And you want to fish it. The gear is extremely specific when you're using that rage swimmer on a jig head. Now I use a Magnum hammer. If y'all have watched the show very much at all, you know that I really love the Magnum hammer. 10-pound Contra fluorocarbon. And you can go as slow as a 6/8-to-1 gear ratio reel. In this case, I'm using a 7-to-1 because I'm not fishing very deep and I'm not letting it go all the way down. And all you do is you slow crank that rage swimmer. And when you're fishing these little isolated rock piles, this isolated cover, that's when you can draw those fish out. You know, the water here is fairly clear, and that's one thing that you're gonna notice when you're here. It might not always look the clearest, but these smallmouth can see a long ways away. So if that rage swimmer, that really small rage swimmer, in this case, oh my gosh, I got another one. Look at that. Oh my gosh. But in this case, they can see it from a long ways off, and you'll catch them. You know, they can see that rage swimmer swimming above those rocks. And this is a bigger one than the last one, guys. Look at this. Oh God, look at the tank on this one. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at that. But that's exactly how you fish that rage swimmer. This is a new color we just came out with, is Tennessee shad. I mean, that's a good solid 3.5, 3 3/4 pound smallmouth there. Guys, Lake Cherokee is one of those places that is super special to me, and that's the reason why. These giant smallmouth, golly, it's the coolest thing ever.
Hey y'all, it's time for your Carolinas Report. This week brought to you by Crazy Sister Marina. It's fall. Come down and enjoy all the incredible things here along the Grand Strand that we have to offer. Come out, live like a local. I tell you what, you want to do a private charter boat? We got all kinds to choose from. You want to do a boat yourself? Come down, take one of our pontoons or one of our incredible skiffs and go out and enjoy Merle's Inlet just like we are today. But visit crazysistermarina.com for more information. I tell you what, we're going to stay in salt water. You know, the new moon just went through, and for all of us here along the coast that love to get out and chase those redfish up on the flats, and I'm sitting here waiting right now for the water to get up high enough to get out and start chasing some of those tailing reds. You know, you'll start to see those redfish get back into that fall and winter pattern. But it's a great time, whether you're down in Charleston, up on the Wando River, if you're down a little bit south of Georgetown, McClellanville, Bulls Bay area, some incredible flats down there to take advantage of on these big high tides. Get out there, look for those beautiful orange tails just flickering above the water in that grass. You can find some incredible redfish action. Get out with an artificial. I suggest a white grub. If you're a fly fisherman, you know exactly what to use, but it's a great time to get out and enjoy the things that are going along the coast. And I'll tell you what, I continue to talk about the king mackerel, but it's because it's that time of the year. That bite along the beach is incredible, from North Carolina down into South Carolina and reaching out into Georgia here soon. You're going to see those big mercury missiles right along the beach. The next couple weeks we'll start to see those mullet pulled away from the beach. Those big schools that they've been on, and the big kings are going to start to move offshore a little bit on those live bottoms. But for now, get out with some big live baits, chase them on the beach. You're going to have some good action. This has been your Carolinas Report, brought to you by Crazy Sister Marina. Remember, fish smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury. Go boldly. Lowrance, America's #1 fish finder. Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. Plan or book your fishing charter at orangebeach.com. Motor Guides Tour Pro with GPS anchor, powered by Passion. Coastline Trailers, built by fishermen for fishermen.
Wow, look at the belly on that thing. I mean, that thing's been feeding up, there's no doubt about it. Man, oh man, another great big one. Oh yeah, there we go, guys. Another big hybrid here on Cherokee Lake. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is a toad, guys, a toad. Ooh, come here, baby. Oh man. Look at the size of that one. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Another great big. Guys, look at the size of this thing. Oh, wow. It is a magnum. Wow. Look at the belly on that thing. I mean, that thing's been feeding up. There's no doubt about it. Cherokee Lake is absolutely full of these big hybrids. I'm gonna get this big thing back real quick. I used a two-prong approach to catch that fish. You know, I'm actually using a KVD J300 DD. This is a deep diving jerkbait. And let me tell you a little bit about it. You know, the reason I'm using that deep diving jerkbait is the fact that you can get it way deeper, and that's where these big hybrids are set up. And I'm not saying like 10 to 20 foot of water. That 7, 8, 9 foot range, and it's bringing it right over their heads. And that is a really important aspect of fishing this particular jerkbait. 10-pound line. And you know, I know it's kind of scary to catch a fish that size, but let's be honest, guys. This line is really, really strong, 10-pound. You just gotta work the drag a little bit. You can't horse them in. And the other big thing you have to have is a good dip net. An oversized dip net at that, because when you're catching these big hybrid bass, you just never know when you're gonna hook that fish of a lifetime. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys, today I've already caught a couple really nice hybrids. The other color I was throwing was this right here. This is actually Pro Green. And I was using this whenever it was a little more calm out, the sun was out, and I felt like the fish could see the bait too well. I switched to the clear or more clear version of that particular jerkbait, and I got a few extra bites as well. But it's all about paying attention to the current conditions.
How's it going, fishing friends? I hope that these fishing tips have been helping you catch a lot of fish between largemouth, the stripers, the smallmouth bass. So this is your Alabama, Tennessee, and Mississippi fishing report. So let's go ahead. Let's jump ahead and let's get started. Right now in Tennessee, Kentucky Lake has been fishing pretty good. Now, they're getting shallow, it's cold, throw those buzz baits, the shad are getting up there shallow, starting to spawn. They're chasing those big gizzard shads, glide bait, top waters, and you can catch you some big smallmouth in the current throwing swim baits or crankbaits. Now, right now in Alabama, let's just go one lake down, Pickwick Lake. Pickwick Lake, the smallmouth have been running, they're on fire, they're pulling a ton of current. Now, you guys can go throw big, huge swim baits that'll mock the shad. You guys can go out there and catch them on crankbaits, deeper diving crankbaits. You can go out there and catch them on big, huge spoons too. Now, the smallmouth, they have been on fire out there. Now, let's go ahead, let's go to Mississippi. Lake Ross Barnett, those bass, they're starting to get in that tight grass cover. Now you guys can go out there and throw a frog, a white and chartreuse swim jig. You guys can go out there and catch you some big bass doing that too. Now, I hope these fishing report help you today. Now, stay safe out there, tighten lines, and God bless.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for new fishing videos every day. And download the free Waypoint TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors, making it easier than ever to gear up and have fun out there. Visit Mississippi. Wanderers welcome. Power Pole, total boat control. Balls Out, made in the USA. Heavy-duty mounts for your fish finders.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's get right to your Ask the Pro question for this week. Haley wants to know, what is the single most important thing you could tell a parent who's trying to teach their kid to fish? Good question, Haley. To get the answer, we checked with Bassmaster Elite Angler Patrick Walters.
The single most important thing I can tell a parent to teach their kid to fish or to want to fish is to make it fun, make it enjoyable. You know, don't make it so stressful or like, hey, you have to go out there and catch fish. You know, if you want them to get into bass fishing, start them out brim fishing. You know, start them out just fishing, going pond fishing down the bank, having fun, just catching fish. And you don't have to be out there all day. You know, a couple hours each day, it goes a long way.
Thanks so much, Patrick, for that wonderful information. If you want some help from one of the pros too, simply go to letsfishtv.com, follow that Ask the Pro link to submit a question.
Here's today's Right Stuff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
This week on your Academy Right Stuff, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Lowrance Active Target. This forward-facing sonar is an absolute game changer, and I don't use that term lightly. The one cool thing about the Active Target is it has great target separation. And what that means to you is when you have a brush pile, you have a rock, you can actually see the little fish that is sitting next to it, and it doesn't blend in with the type of cover that you're fishing. That's been very, very important this week at Cherokee Lake, and I promise you guys, if you go check out Active Target, you're gonna learn a little bit about how great that technology is and how easy it is to use. This week on Cherokee Lake, we're using a variety of techniques to catch our fish. For the smallmouth bass, I was opting for the 2.75-inch Rage Swimmer in a brand new color called Tennessee Shad. You know, the cool thing about this setup, this is a Magnum hammer. It's the same rod that I throw Thunder Crickets on and other baits, but I also throw little light swim baits, 10-pound contra line and a 7:5-to-1 gear ratio reel. And I actually think that made a big difference, especially trying to catch up with those fish. When they'd hit it and slack on it and run right at you, you were able to hook those fish and get them in. Now, when it came to the hybrids, there was only one thing I wanted, and that was the KVD 300 jerkbait. This is the deep diving version. I was using two different colors. I was using Pro Green and also Oyster. Both of them, the Oyster color is the more white. I was using that when I'd get a little cloudier, overcast, and I'd go to the Pro Green whenever it would get sunny and slick. And that really made a big difference, I think, to catch some of those really big fish. Fishing that on 10-pound test line, 10-pound contra, once again, just like the swim bait. I know we were catching some gigantic hybrids, but I'm telling you guys, this line is so ridiculously strong. 7.5-to-1 gear ratio, Pro TI reels. I was actually using the new Signature Series jerkbait rod for one and a square bill crankbait rod for the other one. This is a custom series. I like both of them. I kind of use both. I typically like a shallower diver on the crankbait rod, and I like a deeper diver on the jerkbait rod. And I kind of use both, but today I kind of use both of them for the same bait because they were eating it so good. But guys, I know these couple of tips and these baits will help you catch them next time you're on Cherokee. Ooh, it's a nice one there, guys. Oh yeah. I mean, that's a good solid 3.5, 3 3/4 pound smallmouth there. Oh my gosh, guys, I got a big one. What? Guys, check that out. Oh my God. Look at the size of that hybrid. Another big hybrid here on Cherokee Lake. Oh my goodness. Guys, I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. I know I sure had a blast, and I hope y'all learn how to find and catch them here. Until next time, I'll see you on the water.